Hello, everybody, and welcome back to elPablo SC. And today we are going to be doing the match preview or the quarterfinal preview of the Champions League, UEFA Champions League. And basically, we've seen first legs of Real Madrid versus Bayern Munich and Sporting Lisbon versus Arsenal, and we also saw Liverpool versus PSG and Barcelona versus Atletico Madrid. Now we are going to be looking at very crucial ties because of how the first legs of these games went. And in truth, if we're going to kind of judge it by, the past game, we'll look at last week where Real Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu played a 2-1 defeat. They were in a 2-1 defeat against Bayern Munich, who were really good in the first half. And for the most part of the game, Real Madrid had to manage to claw, after missing multiple chances, claw the game back to 2-1. And then which makes it a super interesting tie, considering that they just need to score at least a goal to bring the tie level, and then eventually make a decision on what they want to do next when it comes to the ties and stuff. So it promises to be a super interesting game where we have to kind of just be looking at things from perspective of can Real Madrid come back from this one? Do they intend to take it to the next level from here on out? And all of that. Are they capable, considering the fact that they've had 2 defeats in the league and they're heading into this one? But yeah, Real Madrid lost 1-2 to Bayern Munich and then went on to lose another game in the league as well. While Sporting lost 1-0 at the last minute to Arsenal at home, and then through a goal from Kai Havertz. Now, Barcelona also lost 0-2 at home to Atletico Madrid, while PSG beat Liverpool 2-0 at home in the other games. Now, we're looking at the games that are very interesting clashes that are going to happen tomorrow on Wednesday, or today on Wednesday, depending on when you're watching it. Basically, Atletico Madrid face Barcelona at their home at Metropolitano, like Riyadh Air Metropolitano. And it happens to be a super interesting game where basically Atletico Madrid goes into this game 2-0 up, and Lamine Yamal is relishing a responsibility of leading Barcelona's Champions League comeback. So could this be Remontada 1.0 on this one and all of that? It promises to be interesting. Obviously, Pau Cubarsi already has a red card in this game, so he's suspended. Tony Fernandez, Andreas Christensen, Geoffrey Torrens are all injured, including Raphinha, who is out with a hamstring injury till May 2026. Meanwhile, another player who is suspended as well is Mark Pubil. He's suspended for Diego Simeone's side. David Hanko and Jose Jimenez are both injured with ankle and muscle injuries, respectively. Just a touch of stats on the game: Atletico Madrid beat Barcelona 4-0 in the Metropolitano in the Copa del Rey just 2 months ago. Atletico Madrid also scored 14 goals in 8 meetings with Barcelona under Hansi Flick. Atletico Madrid scored 9 goals in their last 2 home games, 2 home Champions League matches. Atletico Madrid also eliminated Barcelona in both previous Champions League knockout ties, so they have the edge heading into this one. Then Barcelona have never progressed from a Champions League knockout tie after losing the first leg at home, which makes it a huge disadvantage for them. Pau Cubarsi is suspended after becoming the first player sent off twice as a teenager in Champions League history. And then Cubarsi is also suspended, and Gerard Martin left Saturday's match at halftime with an injury. Right, and then Barcelona also won the Copa del Rey second leg 3-0 after losing the first leg 4-0 to Atletico Madrid, but then they crashed out. Right, so players to look out for, especially for the top scorers and top performers in Champions League: Julian Alvarez versus Lopez. Right, based on their overall performances, they both Julian Alvarez has 9 goals. Lopez has 6 goals, expected goals 2.17 while for Julian Alvarez, while it is 2.79 for Lopez. Then, and that is just for context, Fermin Lopez. Then you also have matches played for both players. Julian Alvarez 12, Fermin Lopez 10. So yeah, promises to be super interesting. Coming off the last couple of games, Atletico Madrid lost 2-1 to Sevilla in their last game, while Barcelona beat Espanyol 4-1. So yeah, but Atletico Madrid 3 losses from 5, with 1 win against Barcelona, while Barcelona 1 loss from 5 with 4 wins back to back. So yeah, varying form, and Atletico Madrid maybe were saving players for the previous game, and it looks like obviously they were looking towards trying to secure a confirmed win against Barcelona. Now the next game that we have basically in the Champions League quarterfinal Tuesday match is Liverpool versus PSG. This looks like a done deal, or a tie that is done from the first leg. And in truth, PSG beat Liverpool at home 2-0, and they're coming to the Anfield to try to finish it off basically. And yeah, Hakimi in a recent interview played down the tag of being favorites ahead of the Liverpool showdown, meaning that they have a lot of work to do, right? And the truth is, PSG were very dominant. They missed a lot of chances. Now, if you look at this match insight, it tells you a whole lot. I didn't think about this, but no club has blown more 2-goal Champions League first leg leads than PSG. So this is yeah. Can Liverpool take advantage coming off a win in the weekend against Fulham? Yeah. Would they like to start Mo Salah in this time? Yeah. It promises to be super interesting. You look at the insight for the game. Liverpool scored 10 goals without reply in their previous 2 Champions League home matches. Slot hinted at 17-year-old Ngumoa starting after scoring in the Fulham win. Alexander Isak returned to the squad in Paris after a fractured leg suffered in December. Liverpool went 6 weeks without a Premier League win before beating Fulham on Saturday. So just kind of opposite ends of form basically for both teams. PSG won at Anfield last season, eliminating Liverpool on penalties in Champions League. PSG also beat Chelsea 8-2 in the aggregate in the Champions League last 16. Then PSG also kept 3 clean sheets in their last 5 matches, conceding just 3 goals. Vitinha finished 3rd in the 2025 Ballon d'Or voting. Right now, top players or top performers for this tie is Dominic Szoboszlai and Kivica Kvaratskhelia. Now, Dominic Szoboszlai has 7.9 for rating overall to Kivica. Kivica has 7.87, but goals, Kivica has 8, Dominic has 5. And then for expected goals XG, Dominic has 2.94, Kivica has 3.50. Assists, both have 4 matches played. Kivica has 12, Dominic has 11. So it promises to be interesting. PSG are coming off a 5 consecutive game win in 5. Meanwhile, Liverpool have 3 losses and 2 wins. 3 losses coming against Brighton, Man City, and PSG. So 3 losses in 5 and 2 wins. Right. So varying team form, varying performances. When it comes to injuries, only Fabian Ruiz and Quentin Njantou are both injured for PSG, while Liverpool have Alisson, Conor Bradley, Giovanni Leoni, Curtis Jones, Stefan Bajcetic, and Wataru Endo. These are the 6 players injured for Liverpool, but they still have a strong squad when it comes to who's starting. and then they also have a good bench, while PSG also have a pretty decent, healthy squad to start the game. But yeah, what do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win? I think PSG is going to finish the job and it's going to be done. So it is what it is. The next tie we have to talk about is Arsenal, which happens on Wednesday. Arsenal versus Sporting. Arsenal finished that game 1-0 win, with a 1-0 win late in the second half against Sporting. Now the Sporting will come back to the Emirates Stadium. I said this in a match review when I said that Sporting are going to have it difficult when it comes to coming back to the Emirates to try to get a win and all of that. But it is second leg, and the truth is, it can happen. And again, remontada has happened again for this same Sporting team with Luis Suarez in their starting lineup as well. Not the Luis Suarez that you know, but that. Now, you look at both teams with their stats. Arsenal produced 0.19 XG open play in Saturday's home defeat to Bournemouth. Odegaard also limped off in Lisbon with a knee knock, joining Merino on the sidelines. And Odegaard seems to have not just picked up at all. Sporting also have never beaten Arsenal in 90 minutes across their last 6 meetings. Gyökeres faces former club Sporting, having scored 18 goals in his debut Arsenal season. Meanwhile, Sporting overturned a 3-0 deficit in the first leg against Bodo Glimt to reach the quarterfinals. Also, Sporting hadn't lost at home since August before Arsenal's stoppage time first leg winner. Now, Sporting also scored 4 or more goals in 3 of their last 6 matches, and Sporting beat PSG and won at Athletic Club in this season's Champions League. So they've beaten PSG and they've beaten Athletic Club as well. You look at Sporting's last 5 games, they have 4 wins in 5. Their only defeat coming against Arsenal. Meanwhile, Arsenal's last 5 games, they have 2 wins in 5, and their victories came against Bayer Leverkusen and Sporting Club de Portugal. So Sporting. Now, they lost to Bournemouth, Southampton and Manchester City. So top players to look out for, especially for Sporting and Arsenal, is Gabriel Martinelli and Luis Suarez. Not the Suarez that you know, just to repeat that. Obviously, Luis Suarez has 7.30 rating performance, and Martinelli has 7.54. Now, for both players, Martinelli has 6 goals, while Suarez has 5. And then expected goals XG, Martinelli has 4.38, Suarez has 5.28, and assists, both teams have 2 each. Matches played, Martinelli has 10, Suarez has 11. So there's high chance that Martinelli is most likely going to start in this Arsenal side ahead of Trossard, maybe. Then you also have injured players: Bukayo Saka, Jurgen Timber, and Mikel Merino. All 3 of them are injured. Then for Sporting, you have Nuno Santos, Fotis Ioannidis, and Luis Guilherme. Guilherme is also injured with a strain injury. So these 3 players are injured for Sporting. Then it now makes it even more difficult, right? Makes it even more difficult based on all these stats. I think Sporting are going to try to scrape a win in regular time and then to go to extra time, and then we can know. Now, the match insight for this one is that Arsenal have lost 3 of their last 4 matches, matching their total from the first 49 this season. So, yeah, in the first 49 games, they lost only 3 matches. Now, in the last 4 games, they've lost 3. So it all boils down to, so many factors and, the fans and where they are right now. Now we move to the next game, or the last game in this round, which is the what's the last game in this round? Oh, the Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid. Now, the Bayern Munich versus Real Madrid game, so it's another interesting game. It is for especially for Real Madrid, it's super interesting how they've performed this season. Like, they've been a little bit of, ever since, even before they sacked Xabi Alonso. I thought Xabi Alonso was building a team with Real Madrid, but as they sacked him, they thought they were back to winning ways with Alvaro Arbeloa, but then they've been a bit off and on. They've not been up to the races as well, and it looks like Bayern might have this one as well, because obviously Real Madrid are going to be without very important players to ensure that they try to win. Now you look at what they have basically. Bayern Munich coming into this game have 5 wins from 5. They have a high-scoring back-to-back win, 5-0 against St. Pauli in the league. 5 wins from 5, and they've not scored anything less than 2 goals in each game. While Real Madrid are coming into this match in the last 5 games with 2 wins from 5, with 2 draws, with 1 draw and 2 losses. They came in their last game against Girona, and it promises to be like, an interesting tie, because obviously Rodrigo is one of the injured players. Rodrigo has a cruciate ligament injury and is going to be back early December 2020. It's going to be be back early, maybe in the summer. And then Aurelien Tchouameni is suspended for this game with a red card. And then Thibaut Courtois is also injured, going to be coming back maybe later in the month. While for Bayern Munich, their injury is with regards to Cassiano Chiala. He has a ligament injury, out for the season. We have Sven Ulrich. Ulrich has a muscle injury. David Santos, thigh injury. Leonard Carl, muscle injury late April. And then you have Wilson Mike, who has a tendon injury, is out for the season. So it promises to be interesting how they will line up and all of that with what the team has. With what the team has. But Bayern Munich most likely are going to come with a very good squad. Very fit squad as well. While Real Madrid will come in with a squad that is lacking some sort of, because I think some players were rested in the weekend, but lacking some sort of defensive ability and stability and all of that, right? Carreras and Hausen shaking over the last couple of games. Now, to wrap up with the insights for this game, the match insights. Before we go, let's go into with the insights for both teams. Bayern Munich broke the all-time Bundesliga single season scoring record with 105 goals and 5 games with 5 games left. Harry Kane has 49 goals this season, at least 10 more than any player in Europe's top 5 leagues, including Erling Haaland. Bayern Munich also beat Atalanta 10-2 on aggregate in the Champions League round of 16, while Bayern Munich are also unbeaten in their last 15 matches. So, yeah, there's a whole lot riding on this game. Real Madrid have won 6 of 7 matches without Mbappe before losing back-to-back upon his return. So, it goes without saying, right? Real Madrid also considered in their last 8 La Liga matches their worst of such run since 2019. Valverde's 7 goals since March are the most by any player in Europe's top 5 leagues, right? Valverde scored 7 goals in March in a single month, right? And Real Madrid haven't kept a clean sheet in their last 6 matches. So it's going to be very interesting to see. At least Bayern Munich kept clean sheet in 2 of their last 5 games, right? So, yeah. And then Jude Bellingham is back, and it is expected that he will pair with Pitach in midfield, or probably with Valverde, and then Pitach playing on one side. It's either a 4-3-3. Yeah, it's super interesting. Like, would they have width with that kind of lineup? But it is what it is. Anyway, we shall see how the game pans out, and then we will report it. The match insight for this one is that both teams scored in all 8 of their last meetings, so there's bound to be goals in this one. Right, bound to be goals. Anyway, yeah, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section about the games. What's your prediction? For me, I feel like Real Madrid might manage to scrape through, but Bayern Munich seem like they're in a good place. So most likely it's going to be Bayern Munich just wipe the floor with Real Madrid, and Real Madrid just crash out of the Champions League, and it becomes a total and outright chaos with regards to what happens for next season. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as relates to all things football. And this is once again elPablo FC, where we bring you detailed analysis and deep dives into all things football, especially in Champions League, Spanish La Liga, and the English Premier League. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to Pop your predictions in the comment section and let's get the conversations going. Take care, goodbye, and God bless.